sir?
I survived another St. Patrick's Day celebration in St. Paul, which is pretty big on their St. Patrick's Day. Uh, they block off the streets, West 7th. They have several tent parties with DJs and bands, including the Devin Worley band
Mm-hmm.
of the Kelly Worley family, or John Worley, who owns national karate franchises. Pretty talented young lady. But, it was unseasonably warm in the 60s, so
Mm-hmm.
it brought out a humongous crowd. Maybe not the safest crowd, but it was still a pretty fun crowd overall.
Hey, that's something. You know what? You deserve a medal for that. I don't know if they give out medals, but I've heard that it can get quite interesting there. How much of your body weight did you drink in alcohol this weekend?
Let's go with a no comment on that one. I don't know if I even remember.
Safe to say.
But there was a few green beers that might have been gone around.
What, so being that I'm not a beer drinker, what is that? Just food coloring to turn that stuff green? Or
Yeah, that's really all they do. They take a light beer, drop a couple drops of the green food dye in there, and makes it green. So,
man,
it doesn't really add any much to it, but it makes you feel like you're celebrating.
you know what? Everything green. From going over to the great country of Ireland. Hey, let's celebrate St. Paddy's Day in style, the way we know how to do it. Everybody go out and take a few adult beverages and enjoy the wonderfulnesses of St. Paddy's Day in America. Great. Well, we are kind of at a little bit of a low point. There weren't any tournaments that we covered last week, but we've got plenty up, as you can see on the screen right now. Just quickly mention Ocean State coming up April 8th, 9th, and 10th. We've got Grand Slam Open, who we'll be talking to Jeff Doss in just a few seconds. Of course, we have the Canadian Open this weekend that you and I will be covering. I'm looking forward to that. And we got America.
My first venture into Canada for a tournament, so I'm pretty pumped.
Canada, get ready. You are not ready for this, gentlemen. I hope that entire country is ready. Because if they think Trump's bad, man, wait till they get a load of JC. It's going to be awesome.
Game on.
It's a good tournament. It's a one-day event. It's easy. It's run smooth. A lot of good fighting. A lot of good kata. I'm looking forward to it. And, of course, rounding up the end of our other promotions is AmeriKick, which is also April 1st and 2nd. It's you know what, we're all seeing that big tidal wave of tournaments that's going to come up in April. That's when it's going to get really interesting. So, that's right around the corner. And let's go ahead and roll to our first guest. Let me go ahead and put you on prime time there, Jamie. I'm going to put myself on real quick and dial out to Mr. Jeff Doss, see if I can do something about that echo there. Let's adjust real quick.
All right.
May I speak to Jeff Doss, please?
Yes, this is him.
Grandmaster Doss, this is Mallory Woods and Jamie Cravens. Welcome to SMA Live, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great, Happy to be on. How you guys doing?
We are doing pretty good. We're sitting here just talking about tournaments that are upcoming. We know you've got this great event coming on in Richmond, so why don't you tell us?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about it. Well, actually, what year are you in for your tournament?
This is my 7th year, yes. So my 7th year and 3rd year in Richmond. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's amazing to see your tournament grow. I remember when it was down closer to where you live.
Yes, that's right.
It's
Yeah,
grown.
you were there when it was still in the high school. I think that was my 2nd year. It was the first time I was in NBL.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, my 2nd year, we had some exciting things going on. So I'm just pumped and blessed to be able to do this and get all the support that I do from all my friends and people in martial arts. So.
Hey, this is like I said, it's a world class premier event. What do you got that's new this year at GSO?
All right, so let's see. Well, first off, as far as my event this year, my event is the national event, the Can-Am National for the NBL. It's the only one. So you come to my national tournament, you're going to get an automatic #1 seed if you win your division, which is important for Super Grands, which is in North Carolina this year. So it's another big East Coast one. It's close to where my tournament is, but not too far. So that's a big plus. The big thing that we're doing this year is different is the North versus South junior competition. Different than what we did years ago. This is, every year we do something for the junior fighters. So we're having 5 open weight divisions, 9 and under, and then there's 10 to 13 male, 10 to 13 female, 14 to 17 male, and 14 to 17 female, which the breakdowns are similar to the way that the SMA rankings go. Mm-hmm. And that will be the open weight. Now, the only difference is it's either North or South. So I have out on Facebook several ways how I broke down, I just pretty much did a line that started at the top of Virginia and just went across the states there. And so if you're North, you go to those openweight divisions and you are trying to qualify. And I'm not just picking a team. You win your division, you make the spot. And that's so we'll really be able to see some of the best go head to head just to make the spot on the team. Once those 5 get there for the North, that's the North team. Once the 5 winners for the South happen, that's the South, and they open the finals for an all-out, team fight to kick off the finals. And I'm going to do, every year we always do the gumball machines for the junior grand. So, we do it for the forums, we're going to do it for the fighters. So all 5 of those winners of the team will get the junior gumball machines.
That's something.
So that's our big thing, really pushing the junior fighting stuff.
That's something that's pretty unique to your tournament. I like the theming being that it's in Richmond, that it's the North versus South. I like that. That's something really unique to your tournament.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we did it a couple years and just again took it away for a little bit and brought it back and just added a twist with it with the junior fighting. And then it's also. We have some great sponsors with Fire Snake, and CJB is our sponsor as well this year, a big sponsor. We are doing this year for our underbelts. We always do a lot of underbelt grand champions. We are going to give them championship belts for grand champion this year, so that's always nice. Usually the underbelts don't get that, and so it's another thing. We have the belt buckles, we have the gumball machines, and now we have the grand champion belt. So. Trying to do different things for them, and our Grand Champion awards are always pretty creative. So
they are some of the more unique awards from being there and seeing them. Remember taking some great pictures of those lined up behind stage, and of course a big treat is that if you do hang around Sunday, everyone goes. We're right across the street from the tournament hotel to King's Dominion, which is nice to have a nice relaxing Sunday to kind of put away the bows and the commas and the kicks and punches and go to a nice amusement park and see if you're as tough as you are out there on the mat and can go down the Intimidator, which is quite the roller coaster to ride.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, we did it. We did it last year a couple of times together, right?
Oh, that is true. That is absolutely true. And one of the things that I discovered last year is that as terrifying as she is in the ring, Gina Thornton, she's an amazing fighter. She's got great footwork. She's tough as nails. She doesn't do roller coasters. She does not.
No, she doesn't.
That was something to find out. I know I had a great time last year hanging out with Ross and Nikki, doing the rides.
Yes, yeah, it was great to see and hang out. It's always fun to hang out in an outside of martial arts environment, and it's cool, and the whole time, I'm there, and there was a lot of martial arts people there, so it's always exciting to see, and it's it's not too bad, not too expensive, and a fun. And you can, do it in enough time to still get back home on Sunday. So.
Right on.
Exactly.
Hey, Jeff. So,
Yes, sir.
as a photographer first, let me think. Actually, photographer is a little bit of a strong word. As a guy with a camera who takes pictures at karate tournaments, first of all, thank you for making those iconic sidekick photos so easy to take every time. I truly appreciate that. Gives me a full second to click on that. But I'm kind of curious. You've got the nickname Sushi. Jeff Sushi Das. Where did that come from?
All right, so Sushi. It's a couple of different things. I live in a small town. When I was growing up at tournaments, I always liked Asian food, but I love sushi, and there wasn't any restaurants where I lived. So on Fridays, and this is before we even had competition on Fridays except teams. That was it. So. Fridays before, it was we'd always go. I'd always go eat sushi. It was kind of like a ritual. And then it just kind of stuck, and people started calling me it, and then, they were saying that the way that I competed was so raw because I was intense and everything. So it just kind of got all kind of out there. But a lot of people for a long time didn't even know my name was Jeff. They just know me as Sush or Sushi. So.
Perfect.
One of the unique things that you do, from knowing you since you've been, I think, 9 or 12, for so long. I love the fact that when you get ready for your kata, if you've ever seen Jeff, he carries a water bottle up, and he absolutely crushes it against his head, gets intense right before he does his kata. And it's, if he doesn't have your attention before, he's definitely got it right then. The walk up, the look, and he couldn't be a nicer guy. I mean, if you don't know Jeff Doss.
I love that's what I enjoy about it, about the performance part, is kind of getting in my own zone and also helping bring the crowd into it. I always tell everyone, it doesn't really matter what you do, it's how you do it, and you could have the best form in the world, but if no one's watching, what does it matter?
Absolutely the truth. Let's quick question as we go ahead and round this up. How's you recently became an uncle? So
yes, sir.
How are things in this new role?
I love it. I enjoy being an uncle. Leitner is his name, and I see him as much as I can, and make sure that I'm teaching him how to do kicks and punches. I don't know if anyone saw the video, but he loves it when I do like hands and stuff or whatever. He thinks it's awesome. So
that is you got to start them young, and that's the way to do it. Get them involved,
exactly.
and they'll think it's absolutely natural and always be around it. So, well, Jeff, we appreciate it. We have the Grand Slam Open. That is in Richmond, Virginia, but it's on April 15th and 16th. Tickets are still available. Go to GrandSlamOpenNationals.com to get your tickets, get more information.
Yes.
And it's a full covered
April
SMA
1st is April 1st is the registration date. And also remember, we also have Friday, we have the Gina Thornton seminar, 12 to 1:30 as well. We're doing that this year as well.
Those are good
numbers. Those rooms are going fast, so make sure you book your rooms in advance.
Exactly. Yeah, April 1st for all that is the deadline. The deadline for registration, the deadline for hotels. So that way, it's pretty easy. Everyone, get everything done by April 1st and you're good.
There you go. That's a good way to remember that. Jeff, thanks for being on with us tonight. We will see you around and look forward to seeing you at your tournament.
All right, y'all have a great one.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Sush.
All right, see ya.
There he is, Jeff Doss. I think we got some tournament updates. Jamie, you've got those, and I think those are brought to us by Hayabusa because we're going to run a Hayabusa ad right after the updates. So go ahead and fill us in.
Well, we got a pile of updates, so let's go right to the bulletin board, if you will. So we got the America Kick, Nationals or Internationals coming up April 1st and 2nd. There's a price increase, so register before midnight tonight. Get that in. I believe tomorrow, March 16th, if you register before midnight for Battle, you will be entered into a drawing for 2 free hotel nights at the event hotel. So, and I believe, are we talking about the Battle of Atlanta there?
I think we were talking about the Battle of Atlanta. Let me go ahead and confirm that.
All right, we'll get a confirmation on that one, but that's what we have on there. We also got the Ocean State Grand Nationals coming up April 8th and 9th in Rhode Island. It's now a WKC Team America qualifier, and there's a registration price increase on March 20th, so get that squared away as soon as possible. And then we also got, U.S. Open, huge tournament. Book now at Disney, get a great rate and 10% off your registration fees. Registration is actually opened up on April 1st, so kind of get your stuff in order and ready to go for that. As well, we got the Quebec Open coming up April 29th. The Gator Nationals on May 6th. And you know what, Mallory, you and I are heading out to Canada this weekend to cover the Canadian Open.
Yes,
I'm pretty pumped. It's a one-day tournament, fairly focused on a lot of good fighting. I'm sure there'll be some great Forbes divisions as well. But keep an eye on our Facebook page. We'll try and stream some of that live if possible. If not, but keep an eye on our page anyways for updates from the tournament.
Awesome indeed, and we're going to go ahead and run that Hayabusa commercial, and coming up right after that, we're going to have our guest on, who is Super Sage Northcutt. Stand by to talk to him right after the Hayabusa ad. We are back, and just to get that confirmation, that is true. It is for the Battle of Atlanta. If you register right away, we are there. It looks like they're giving away, drawing for a free room. So that
by midnight tomorrow, that's a pretty big savings. So.
That is something to do. So another SMA covered event, the Battle of Atlanta, coming up. So, all right, let's get to our exciting guest here. 1 second while I punch him up on the line.
Another UFC superstar.
Another UFC karate superstar, absolutely. Some of you all may remember him from the karate days. He was a member of Full Circle. And
I think he came out of the womb doing karate, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, this is Sage.
Sage Northcutt, how are you doing, sir?
How's it going? Great.
Mr. Northcutt, you are on with myself, Mallory Woods, and Jamie Cravens. This is SMA Live. Thank you for being on the show, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, if you all have not even been anywhere near a camera, any photo, Sage Northcutt is a UFC lightweight, and he absolutely exploded on the scene last year. 20 years old and doing great things. Former sports karate competitor. Some of you all may know him from NBL tournaments or just about anything out there. Sage, first of all, congratulations making it to the UFC, doing big things there. You set that world on fire. What was it like to get the call from Dana White to say, hey, we want you to come fight for our organization?
Oh, thank you very much first. And it was awesome. So he actually, Mr. White was with Nick the Tooth and Matt Serra actually for their show, Dana White Looking for a Fight, and that's the first time that I actually met them. And I had no idea for the first time that they were actually going to be there at an actual fight that I was actually fighting in for a league. So they happened to be there, and they were filming for the show, Dana White Looking for a Fight, and that was the first time I met him. And I finished off my opponent, and then within like a month or two later, I'm fighting my first fight with the UFC and my UFC debut October 3rd of last year. That was awesome.
Yeah, and not only that, Sage, but you're the youngest fighter on the UFC roster right now. I believe you just turned 20. How's that feel, being the young guy? Is everybody kind of looking down at you, or are you getting the respect yet?
Yes, sir. I am the youngest person currently in the UFC, and actually, I think it's actually really cool. So I know that some people look down and say, hey, Sage Northcutt might not have as much experience because he doesn't have the age yet, but I look at it kind of like the opposite. So I have so much time to grow and so much time to get better and improve. So every single day that goes by, every single fight that I have, I'm always improving and making myself better. So I think it's actually a good thing.
Oh yeah, you got plenty of time to get good, so that's fantastic. Not only that, but I've been, I was perusing through your Instagram page. Out of curiosity, how many ab muscles do you have? Is it between 8 and 16 somewhere? Pretty shredded. But besides that, let me ask you. I mean, what's your walking around weight? Do you have to cut a lot of weight? Because it looks like you're pretty leaned out already. Is that a battle for you, or is that pretty easy to do?
I think it's pretty easy. For me, at least, it's pretty easy process. And since I fight at 155 lightweight, I walk around weighing about 175 or 180-ish when I'm fighting as a lightweight. And then fighting as a welterweight at 170 pounds, I'd obviously walk around a lot heavier than that. So if I ever fight as a welterweight in the future, I would weigh a lot more and have a lot more muscle than what I currently do and what I walk around at.
All right, on. So, I mean, at some point in time, when you're cutting that weight, there's got to be some foods you're craving. I know when I've cut weight, I'm just dying for some pizza and a beer. What are you craving when you're cutting weight?
Well, actually, believe it or not, I'm pretty disciplined at it. So since I was a little kid, I've always been dieting. So eating kind of the same kind of foods, eating super healthy, it's always been a part of my life, I guess. So it's actually not very tough for me, and I don't really crave any certain kind of foods. Besides, maybe when you're getting to the last bit of the process of making weight, you're craving some water or something to hydrate yourself, I guess. But other than that, it's pretty easy.
That's fantastic. I gotta admit, I'm a little jealous of that. We've known you in the sport karate world for a long time. You've been giving us a ton of highlights and just pretty much dominating the competition since you were a kid. But another side of you is, you've been going to school for petroleum engineering. Have you had to put that on hold for now, or what's going on with that?
So right now I am studying petroleum engineering, and so right now what I'm doing is I've cut back my classes. So I was a full-time student last semester, and I've actually cut back my classes. So I'm taking less classes, and I'm able to focus more and be able to do more with the UFC, and be able to travel and compete. So that makes it a little bit easier not having so much of a workload with the classes. But obviously engineering is pretty huge in Texas, and at my school I'm at, it's pretty big. So it's obviously a tough workload.
That's a challenge to be not only an athlete but be a student. And also, can you tell me what was it like when you got your first UFC win? It was televised. You go back to school. You go back to your neighborhood. Was it any different? Did you have a lot of people coming up slapping you on the back? That was great. It was awesome. What was the response from winning that first your first UFC match?
Absolutely, yes, sir. It was different. So with great marketing machine. So UFC Fight Pass, it's all awesome. The whole league, it's the biggest league in the world, the UFC. So for the MMA fighting, so they're so great at marketing that before you go in the fight and after you come out of the fight, the fan base is all hyped up. The fan base is getting super excited for the fight. Afterwards, they're pumped up, and everybody enjoys the fights watching them. So after the fight, there's obviously people that you haven't met before, and people that you get to introduce yourself to. So that's always fun.
Now, I know you're very close to your family. Your dad's always in your corner. Your sister is also, a kickboxer as well. You both were a member of Full Circle National Karate Team. Are there any plans to get for your sister to enter the UFC? Is she doing more than kickboxing? Is she completing out her resume as far as MMA with some grappling and everything?
Yes, sir. So she's very well rounded, and I could definitely see her fighting in the UFC and being incredible at the UFC for the girls division. So right now she's focusing on school actually right now, and she's taking a break from the fighting. But in the future, if she wants to, I could definitely see her as being a champion or being definitely the top of the best of the UFC for the girls.
That would be something to see. Both I don't think we have. I think we have brothers in the UFC, but I don't think we have a brother-sister combination yet. That would be something to absolutely see. Let me ask you a question. Once you signed on with the UFC, who is someone that you have met that is currently on the UFC roster or maybe works for the UFC that, after you met them, you were like, wow, that person was really cool, or, he was really great to get along with, or she, or I saw you have a video with Tisha Torres, a lot of the people in wrestling. So who have you met that has been fun for you to meet, or you've been excited to meet in the UFC?
Like you said, Tisha Torres, she's awesome. There's so many people. Paige Van Zant, she's super nice, awesome. George St. Pierre, he's incredible. Olivier from TriStar, he's awesome. There's so many different fighters that are super friendly and you can get along with for sure when you meet them, and just as they are on TV. So there's a lot of great fighters, and there's a ton of them actually.
Well, it just seems just like, just a dream come true. Right now, I didn't see that you have a scheduled event. Do you have a fight that's coming up or one that's scheduled? I know if I remember right, you're training at TriStar. But do you have anything up on the docket that's coming up that we should know about?
So as of now, I don't have anything officially scheduled yet, but I'm shooting for a fight around summertime, and I'm looking forward to fighting around then.
Well, I know you'll definitely be at UFC 200, which is going to be absolutely, this is going to be spectacular. So we look forward to seeing your next fight. Thank you for coming on SMA Live with us, Sage. We look forward to seeing you get more victories and getting your hand raised and keeping karate relevant in the UFC. Thank you for coming on the show with us, and have a good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me.
Alrighty then. Ladies and gentlemen, Sage Northcutt, UFC superstar.
And, if you haven't heard about him yet, I have a feeling in the next year or two he'll be in the forefront of everybody's, or at least of all the UFC fans out there.
Yeah, he really burst on the scene, and you look at the guy. He looks like the All-American guy. He's shredded. He looks like he was carved right out of granite. He's the type of people that draws eyeballs to the UFC, and you pair him up, as you mentioned, Paige Van Zandt, who's also she's actually going to be on Dancing with the Stars coming up. She's not bad to look at. So that type of thing. He also has got a little bit of hate because he's for lack of a better term, he's the pretty boy, but he can fight. Don't make that mistake that you think he's soft. You're going to be ended up on the mat looking at the doctor when you go in there dealing with this guy. He's got some talent, he's got some skill, and he's definitely well-rounded.
Yeah, boy, does it just seem like he has a pile of energy too?
You know what?
Jealous when I see him. Just the way he speaks, even he's just he's jacked up all the time. So
absolutely. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and roll a quick ad, and then we'll go ahead and recap on the events to be come up. So we'll be right back after this ad. Jamie, what do we have coming up before that monster April month?
Well, before that, we got the Canadian Open. Hey, are you going to be fighting at that, Mallory?
You know what? I'm going to let the Canadians off easy. The last time I fought in Canada, which was a couple, decade or so ago, I'm going to let them off easy and not go up there and threaten them. I will be more than happy to hold the camera so you can go up there and visit Canada the first time and fight. I mean, that's what we do as Americans. We visit places and we fight.
I love it. Okay. Well, I'm down. I'll try it. I'll bring my pads and we'll see what happens. But, after that, like you said, April, like I mentioned before, AmeriCick Internationals, April 1st and 2nd, Ocean State Grand Nationals, April 8th and 9th. Jeff Doss, who we just talked to, coming up April 15th and 16th. Register soon, at least by April 1st. And then the Quebec Open wraps up the end of the month on April 29th. And starting right away in May, we got the Gator Nationals in Tampa.
It's just everything and all the time. April's going to be absolutely insane, as we've mentioned before. I think it's a tournament every weekend, and you know what? The best we can do is get through this weekend ahead. Like you said, the Canadian Open. Looking forward to going back up there. So let's just get to it. And
absolutely keep an eye on our Facebook page, our Twitter accounts, to figure out when we're doing our live streaming. I know we're live streaming the nighttime shows for AmeriCick, Ocean State, and Jeff Doss's Grand Slam Open. So look for updates for that.
Absolutely. And also just a reminder, in case if you've ever missed any of our live stream for previous events, such as the Irish Open, Compete Nationals, those are also available on our YouTube page. You can go and watch the replay and see how everything went down. Replay your favorite moment, see how it all happened when all the dust was cleared. You can see any of our live events at our our YouTube page, and check our Facebook page for some live streaming that we're going to try to do this weekend at the Canadian Open. Well, buddy, I think that wraps up another show. Pretty good. I will see you this Friday as we go to the Great North. For myself, Mallory Woods, Jamie Cravens. This has been another edition of SMA Live, and we will see you all soon.
Vamanosing.